All right, Revision 1, Electric Motor Division, General Motors Company, Corporation, Maintenance Instruction 752. All right, your maintenance instruction: lubrication oil with the domestic locomotive engines. The necessity for the correcting the lubrication of moving parts of any apparatus readily apparent with the recommendations, suggestions, comments of the maintenance instruction are offered as in the guide selecting the suitable engine lubricating oil. Oil quality. Oil quality. It should be recognized that the only real measure of the quality of lubricating is actual performance of the diesel engine. This is because of the impossibility of establishing limits of the physical and chemical properties of the oil, which can affect the performance of the engine overbroad with the range of the environmental influence. The responsibility of recommending consistently with furnishing suitable heavy-duty oil with must rest with the individual oil supplier. Your oil type is an SA Society of American Automotive Engineering 40 and heavy-duty auto 40 SAE 40 heavy duty additive type of lubricating oil which conform with the following specifications should be used in the engine applicants. Say Bolt Universal D88 44.5. Seconds at 100 degrees, 1100 max, 210 degrees, 70 minimum, 85 max, Vicasi 856, 55, 75 minimum, flash point, Fahrenheit D92, 420 minimum, fire point, D92, 475 minimum, pour point, D97, 40 degrees maximum, zinc at 10 parts per million, the oil should have the high resistance for the oxidation, low tension for the torque, for the formulation for the carbon deposit, should ignore and corrosive for the silver metal with the 285 degrees Fahrenheit oil with the adequate alkaline reserve, high effective with the detergent disparate system with the recommended with the zinc with the diethiophosphate or similar additive not present with the oil containing more than 10 parts per million zinc or considered successfully contained with the zinc with the diethiophosphate additive should not be used with a sense that they may not satisfactorily lubricate with the reciprocating bearings used with the engines. Qualification testing for the engine lubricating oil. A diesel engine lubricating oil must be satisfactorily lubricated with the entire engine or under all conditions expected with the encounter with the condition with the performance of the engine with the criteria for the reaching with the final judgment of oil suitability. There are several laboratory tests which are help performing make preliminary evaluations of the tests. Are physical private with the previously noted corrosion metals, silver copper electric motor division number lubricating order 201, lead the SOD method of the number 53221 modified. Overall evaluation oxidation stability electric motor division number lubricating order 201 method of viscosity rise characteristic potential alkaline additive development solubilities and a 24-hour silver lubricity test at 567 engines. The development of the program requirement for the new oil formulation. Supply with the basic stock oil with the supply with the additive expect with the conduct of the complete laboratory evaluation bench test for the American Society testing material electric motor division testing methods. Electric Motive will review the monitor of the test. Engine test should be conducted with the oil company with the additive supply with the also result in favorable agreement with the acceptable limit of the very good product with the oil formulation must be subjected to the silver lubricated with the engine test evaluation. Successful completion for the test lube oil formulation should undergo the full-scale field test for the minimum of the 3 electric motor divisions heavy-duty surface with a period of not less than 1 year. Successful completion of the field test of the oil can be considered satisfactory for the general use should be watched really closely during the following 2 years. Oil formulation established and proven by this development program must retain exactly the same without any exchange. Improvement of the program with the desirable and necessary for the revised formulation must be evaluated going through the complete development program. The use of single brand name lubricating oil recommended locomotive fleets. This is recommended long-standing support of the observation performance locomotive fleets lubricated with a single brand and lubricating oil compared with the performance locomotive fleets lubricated with the oil mixture. Electric motor division lube oil usage list. Listing the oil with being used with electric motor fuels warrant recognition because of the field performance will be issued periodically. Section 1 brand name oil used with the U.S. Railroad. Section 2 the rebrands of the blend. Brand names the lube oil listed with the undergoing all required development stage of the laboratory analysis, laboratory engine test, field testing, fuel operation, and field. Environmental influence can affect the lube oil performance since not all lubes react to the same to the influence which borderline experiences will be so noted. Mixing and lubricating oils. Electric Motor Division has always strongly recommended against the mixing oil with combining lubricating oil with the different additives with components with chemical mixture cannot be readily evaluated laboratory nor can its performance in the field be reliably predicted. The mixing and lubricating oil is mandatory following with the approach of the suggestion of the effort of the minimize the factors of the associated with the oil mixing practice. Lubricating oil 1. Lubricating oils considered for the mixing should be contained with the same additive package. 2. The number of lubricating lubricating oils mixed should be limited to no more than 3 are given the fleet with operation. For 3, the common additive that should be selected with the list of available added formulation selection 3 of the uses solicited. Brand name oil program with a common additive selective that should be covered with the full qualification include the fleet brands with the primary component of the mixture. Only premium base stocks should be considered for the 2 components of each of the base stock additive the formulation value with the standard procedure for the laboratory analysis of the laboratory engine testing. Availability of laboratory lubricating oil summarized with the common add selection list in section 4 of the lube oil usage list. This list describes the individual lubricating oil considered the worthy candidates for the mixing of each of the common additive family. Our evaluation oil mixture after 3 common additive lube oils have been selected for each of the proportion mixture of these oils should undergo the laboratory analysis, laboratory engine evaluation, satisfactory completion of the test. The mixture should be evaluated at least 3 high horsepower units period, not less than 1 year. Reclaimed oil. For the general category, the reclaimed oils are not recommended with lubrication over the engine, but the reclaimed oils are to be used. It is our judgment, but the use of the require the maximum evaluation control for the following suggestions are offered. 1. The reclaimed oil must have the same additive of the package of the name brand oils with which it will be mixed. The reclaimed oil must pass all analysis quality control with the requirements of the brand new oils. New oils. It should be introduced with the main supply tank of the railroad facility at a rate not exceeding 20% of the ratio. Reclaimed oil should never be used at a full engine charge. Oil changes. Oil change interval of the procedure the applicable to schedule maintenance program of the basis of the average operation condition. Oil change with the intervals extend. Serious and costly engine problem may result with the occur with the heavy duty lubricating oil loss of the detergent and the dispersant property with the along with the partially with the oxidized oil with the other contaminants from the deposit of the engine lube oil undergone. Several serve as additive depletion can lead with a frictional failure with the engine parts. This condition recognized with the TBN or the pH value of the recommendation. Limited to baseline laboratory action shown below with the offered with the guide with the maintenance force of the deciding what action to take after the laboratory report of the lube oil condition has been received. Lubricating analysis oil with the equal importance of the guide with the condition. Lubricating oil with the contain with the condition of the engine. Both engine oil conditions must be considered with the planning extending the oil change with the intervals beyond the recommended. Beyond recommended, those recommended. Oil filter change. The oil filter element replacement should be made with it to determine the scheduled pressure for the monitoring of the oil filter tank with the replacement interval specified by the applicable schedule maintenance program laboratory lube oil analysis dictated with the earlier replacement element must be proper type of the made with a suitable material for the elements intended for the use of the other type of the engines are not suitable where high dispersant oil with the employed with the carbon initius matter with the may be suspended with the finally in the oil with the essential with the unsuitable unfilterable in such situation might appear with the extension of the filter element replacing interval would be practical. Caution should be exercised with the contemplating with such action filter materials have not been yet developed and will tolerate prolonged exposure for the hot lube oil without deterioration, possible disintegration filter elements. High sulfur fuels. Well, when diesel fuels are used with the whole sulfur with the content of the pure ASTM D129 in excess of the recommended with the maintenance instruction 1750 of 0.50% below the 0.75% of the strongly divided with the engine lubricating oil containing high detergent dispersion properties with the high alkaline reverse use. The engine lube oil formulation currently with the market with the offered with the reverse alkalinity of the 813 TBN range ASTM D2896 higher with the TBN oil with the help of the control of the reverse effect of the high sulfur fuels. However, the essential reserve alkalinity of the TBN and TAN and pH monitored with a regular basis with the shorter oil life with experience with the total sulfur content in excess of 0.75% is suggested for the contact electric motive with the system selecting suitable engine oil lubricant. And here's interpretation of oil leaks, fuel, water leak, air filterization, excess of oxidation, contaminated fuel cracking, catalyst, oil contamination, abnormal wear, corrosion, rapid increase of the normal range should be considered borderline in combination. And then it shows the basis for analysis. Normal action could require borderline. I take the extra oil samples, high correction condition, recommended action, shut down engine, drain, lube, oil change, filters. And I'm not going to read this because I got to go cook some hamburgers.